Hey there, it's Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I am back for my third and fourth card from the paper pumpkin kit from December. And I say that because I'm going to use this card and cut it in half, so I'm going to have two cards. I will make them separate videos, but they come from this same card. The first one we're going to do is this one. We are going to start with an 11 by 4 1/4 inch piece of Berry Burst. And if you've been watching all along, card number 1, I forgot to put a piece of paper on the inside. So go ahead and add a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of white to the inside. Stamp on it first if you wanted to stamp on it so that you got both sides if you're not happy with the way it looks. This one I cut down to the 1/8, so we're going to layer on a basic black at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I've already taken my basic white and embossed it, and this one is 5 1/4 by 4. Just use any old random embossing folder that you have. This was a scripty one. Might have even been the name of it. I just grabbed it because I liked the way it looked for the idea that I was picturing for this card. So we're going to glue these together and adhere it to the front. Here. Now we've got this card. We're going to cut it in half. We don't want to cut off this flower, and we don't want to cut off that leaf. So right in between the two is good. And we want to cut this to, this is 2 inches by 5 1/2. And it might be a little bit long, so that's good. We can trim it. This is 1 7/8 inches by 5 1/2. No, it's not. It's 5 3/8. So let me just, we don't want it to hang off too much. So let me just measure it. Sometimes just that little itty bitty bit is going to make a big difference. So we've got full length of the card. We've got an 1/8 of an inch smaller, so we are at 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. So then this piece we need to be 1 3/4, which we are, by 5 1/4, which we are. So that worked out good. So then we're gonna take this piece. We've got a couple blending brushes and a couple colors of ink. So I have some lemon lime and some berry burst. And we're just gonna lightly blend onto this card. Let me shut my glue before it dries up on me. So I'm going to start with my berry burst, or not my berry burst, my lemon lime, and I'm just going to go around where the leaves are. I just want to add a little bit of green in there. And I should be tapping down on something to get that harsh bit of ink off. It's not too bad. So now we've got our leaves done in green. And we'll switch over to our berry burst. And I'm going to come in a little bit darker over where these little seed things are. Flower pieces that are flying away in the wind. Put a little bit of darker ink on those, as well as here on our big part of the flower. I want it to make a little bit more statement, like that. Then we're going to add in some bubble bath. Pretty sure that was the color I used. Could have been freesia. Let's look. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of the white part with this color. Being careful when I get by the green that I just want to try and fill in the white area. Not to go over the green and turn it into mud. And we'll call that good. Let me get up here. There we go. And we're just going to blend over those. You can go back, add some more color if you think you need it here and there. I'm going to stop right there. And then we're going to just go ahead and glue this onto our black. And then glue that onto, oh, that's way down. Glue that onto our berry burst. Put these two together. Okay. Then I have one later on the next set of cards. We're going to use one of these flags. So this card, I'm going to cut these flags, these little strips from the flag off. The gold part, the runoff or the overflow or whatever you want to call it. We're going to cut that off. And we're going to use that across the front of this card. And I'm going to pause while I do that. I'll be right back. All right, so now you can glue these on another piece of paper if it helps you to be able to get them closer together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say I need to cut them. This piece, I'll flip that in, but this piece needs to, put that right there. So this piece has to come over to like here to go under. So we can glue them on to the back, sort of where we want them. Or I'm just going to do this opposite way. I'm going to just put some glue on this guy and glue him down over here where I want to butt it right up to the edge of the white. Do the same on this side. And get them right up next to each other. Like that. And then this will cover over the top of it. So now we need to do the same on the other side. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the gold. Well, let's see if we can use our glass mat again. The bottom is lined up on that line. It's our card straight. That looks pretty good. So we're going to go right about at that line and see how we end up. Does that look pretty even? No, I think we're way low, aren't we? Okay, we're going to go right there. Call it good. And then we're going to put the next one on the same, right up to the edge here. Put them up next to each other. And then that's utilizing just a scrap random piece. And then we'll glue this on flat over the top. And then you can add a sentiment. I wasn't sure what I wanted for this one, but you could add a sentiment to this card on the front as well. It would be very nice looking. I just wasn't sure what I wanted at the time I created it. Kind of looked sympathy-ish to me. It's not. Push that down. This, with the texture to it, probably want to really give it a push to get that glue to stick all the pieces together. Got to get down in those grooves from the embossing folder. But again, you could use like this piece either and make it use another berry piece, put it down here. I just wasn't sure, like I said, what I wanted to do, so mine does not have a sentiment on the front. Then I went ahead and glued my piece inside on this one. Then I stamped in Berry Burst the big flower that's in here. And since it kind of contours up, I put it over here in this corner. And I called that good. So this is the third card, but I'll be right back with the next one that uses the other half of this.